What's up, guys? It is October 22nd. It's Wednesday and it's 3:23 p.m. We're going to dive into the charts of a few macro key charts that we'll look at, like Bitcoin, total, others against Bitcoin, etc. in this video. And then I'll make another video. I don't know if it's going to be either tonight or tomorrow. That's more in depth and taking a look at a lot of different angles to kind of decipher where we're at with this bull market now, given that crime event that happened on the 10th. So I'm finally back from my trip out west. I left on the 10th, unfortunately, the worst day to leave, and just got back last night. So we're back in the trenches and we're going to see what's going on. I'm still unpacking and everything like that. I have my 3 cats with me now, so I need to do a little rearranging for that today. So I don't know whether that longer video will come out tonight or tomorrow, but it will be coming out because we were at a critical point, time point, and just a point on the charts that, this is going to be the key decider as to whether this bull market is intact or not. So we're going to have to really dig into the different perspectives, different charts, different assets to see, are we still on track here, or did that crime event really throw everything off? So first off, we're going to go into some key signals that are flashing on some of those key charts. Like Bitcoin, we have a 1-day prepare to buy soon flashing. That flashed on the 16th. No buy now yet. We did see a 12-hour buy now come in on the 20th, so a couple days ago. Usually when you see like a buy now come in, we'll pull back a little and then we'll start to go. So this is a good sign so far that we had that 12-hour buy now, but doesn't mean we go up right away. We could pull back a bit, which we already started to do. It looked like we had a nice pop on the 21st yesterday, trying to get above this key trend line, but got rejected. But right now we're still holding key level around 107,000. We can see that momentum continue to the upside on that 12-hour because we already got that cross. If we can see this start to come up like this, then we'll see eventually that spill into the 1-day, and we'll see a 1-day buy now flash, which will be pretty solid for the short to medium term. So that's for Bitcoin right now. If we go to the others against Bitcoin on the left side here, you can see that we have 1-day prepare to buy soons right now. And we have this low from the high that we had set in September, and we're right on that 786 as well too. We've been holding the bodies above this 786 sandwich here, the green and the red. So as far as others altcoins against Bitcoin, this would be the key level where we'd want to start to see altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin again and turn around. So we want to see a bounce from here. If we look at others dominance on the right side, you can see on that crime event, the wick went all the way down to like 5%, tapping that 2618 breakdown extension and the bottom of the beast. You can see that we tapped literally right at the bottom of the beast, and looking to the left as well too, you can see that wick tapped levels from August 2019, from December 2017 as well too. That event was brutal, but you can see the body closed right back to where we had our bodies closing in June of this year. So definitely an abnormal manipulated event, but we need to see if, everything is still holding up, maintaining on track. Even though it doesn't feel like it, it still could be underneath the hood. So that's what we're looking at. So taking a look at the total crypto total market cap, you can see here that we're on like our 3rd drop. So we had our first crime event. We had our 2nd drop here on the 16th, 17th, and this is like our 3rd one. So I would assume that a decision is going to be made here pretty soon. And if we have this trend line coming up like this, you can see we're trying to hold on to it at this moment right now with the candle bodies. So definitely above 3.63 trillion or 3.66 is ideally where we'd want to get our body above for this. If we don't, it's likely we might come back down to the 786 here at 3.36 trillion for the total crypto market cap right here, which would be a key level of holding if we're going to see the bull market maintain here, this 786 at the medium one, and this red one here at 3.2 trillion from the low that we had set in June to the high that we had set in October. That's going to be key to hold for the macro trend. Taking a look at total 3, you can see that total 3 is still holding this trend line from April of this year. So we had our wick down, that scary event with tariffs, and then we had our June down here, and then we had the crime event that went through it, but the body held the body held up pretty well on that. As you can see, we take a tighter trend line like this, you can see that the body did hold that tighter trend line, but over the past week, it started to bleed down to this trend line like that, and we tapped it on the 16th to the 19th, and we're still above it right now. So as far as the trend maintaining intact here, we're still intact. We're above that trend line with those wickening events here from April and June. So 955 billion is going to be the key level to hold with candle body closes to maintain this uptrend, to potentially see upside in the immediate short to medium term. So that's that. But as you can see on the 3-day chart, we're seeing this market structure ribbon turn from green to red, which we haven't seen since January this year. So although we're maintaining this structure of higher highs, higher lows, we are seeing a flippening here of the market structure ribbon from green to red as of recent on the 13th. And when we saw that flip from red to green was back in April, and that was like the main change of the trend from December 2024 to April of 2025. We saw that trend change. And could this be early signs of a trend change right now? That's what we're going to have to decipher in that longer video that I'm going to be putting out. And then you can see even back here, like these market structure ribbons don't change that much, but when they do, it definitely signifies a major change of trend. You can see from red to green, we had our big move up 2023, and then April 2024, we switched from green to red. We had our cruel summer there back 2024. Then we switched from red to green September 2024. We had our small window of big moves up last year around this time, and then we saw that trend change early 2025 until April, and now we're at this point where could we be starting to see a major trend change? You know, that's what we're going to need to decipher here, and we need to see that momentum change pretty damn soon here, because that 3-day chart, that TSI is getting close to getting below that zero line, and we don't want to see that happen, because that would signify that we have more downside to come, and that trend change could bring us down and likely bring us down to these 786s down here, which is coinciding with the top of the belly of the beast. And that would bring us back to where we basically were in June of 2025 for a total 3 if we were to come down there. And that wick that we had on that crime event did go basically to there as well too. So we're at this critical point. You can see that the blue and the pink are smooching right now. If we see that trend change and that blue come up, pink come down, that's the start of a trend change. So we're at this critical moment now, and especially because it's basically, we have one more week left for the monthly candle close. We're actually going to need to take a look at Bitcoin and look at that monthly chart to see if we're flashing any sell nows, and we still aren't. We're still no sell nows. This is the chart that we look at to see if the trend has changed for this bull market for Bitcoin. It's called every single macro top, the sell now. And right now, there's no sell now flashing, and we're still holding that market structure ribbon on the monthly, the green here. We came down and tapped the top at 104,000, and the lower band of it is around 95,000. So as long as we're above there for Bitcoin, we're okay. We're okay. But if we start to break it and hold candle bodies below it, in this area here, it will start to look kind of like back here, and then that could signify a deeper pull down, and that would be the bear market here, like that. But so far, we're maintaining the structure above at this moment in time, and no sell nows. So that's that. If we take a look at USDT dominance on the left side, so USDT dominance for the first time since April of 2025 is above the belly of the beast. It's above the belly of the beast right now. You can see we wicked up above it on the crime event. And right now we are holding some bodies above at this moment. We did that back here in April, but it was only about a week of holding candle bodies above. And then once we dipped back into the beast, it was game on. That's when everything shifted. And we saw it was only about a week down here, and then everything shifted, and then we started to go. So if we were to do the same thing, we would need to see USDT dominance get back into the belly of the beast, get swallowed up, and break down back below 4.75%. We want to see that break back down below there to know, all right, we're ready for a trend change back to the upside. If we take a look at Ethereum on the 1-day chart, has a prepare to buy soon. We're still holding key levels like above 3,700 here. So although things are brutal at the moment, we're still holding some key levels, and it looks like we're very close to seeing whether this is going to be a sustained downtrend or not, because as you can see, this TSI is coming down right at that zero line. If we take a vertical line here and we put it at the time where we broke below that zero line right there, and let's say if we were to do that again, say it would be the end of October, you can see that when we broke that zero line back in early this year, that was the start of our trend change down. And now if we were to follow the same path, it would likely happen by the end of this month. If we get that zero line below the TSI, like here, then we could see a trend change and continuation down for, a few months, a couple months. But could that be something that makes it the macro bull market top? That's what we're going to dig into in the longer video. But yeah, it does kind of look similar. The structure here does look similar, and matching it up with that TSI as well too. We need something big to change here pretty dang soon if we're going to avoid another catastrophic drop for Ethereum, which likely would be the whole space. So yeah, a lot of stuff to dig into here as far as all these key charts. If we take a look at the regular markets here, yeah, pretty beaten down today. We do have some greeners, very minimal in crypto, but mostly red today. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd. So usually that 18th to 23rd time frame of each month, it's kind of like a reset. As long as we can hold these levels, and then by the end of the month start to work our way back up, we may be out of the woods. But this is going to be that key kind of window over this week, by the end of this week, to see whether or not we're going to see the start of a downtrend or a trend change to go into blow off tops. I'm not sure if there's any macro stuff happening. There might be a FOMC meeting. Let's see. So we have a lot of macro stuff happening on Friday this week. So existing home sales tomorrow. We have inflation on the 24th, durable goods on the 27th. So yeah, definitely Friday is going to be something that basically is a event, a catalyst to let us know the direction ahead, whether we're going to see a trend shift or continuation here. So definitely going to get that video out, longer video, no later than tomorrow or tonight. But I just kind of wanted to come up here, review the charts, because I didn't really have service out west. I was in Las Vegas and then Utah and then Arizona. In the mountains, so didn't really have service to be checking on this so much. So I'm getting kind of caught up as well too. I'll let you guys know I'm back, and yeah, we're at this critical time point, and I'm going to be recording that longer video going into more depth, like the stock market, gold, silver, the relation against Bitcoin and the total crypto market cap, some of those key charts that we're looking at way back in 2023 to call the bottom. We'll be able to take a look at those to see if we can spot a top here or not. So I'll see you guys in that video. I'll see you guys back in the Discord. Link is in the bio for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.